What makes life worth living even in the face of adversity and despair? This isn't just a philosophical musing, it's a profound question that lies at the heart of Viktor Frankl's seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning. This book, born out of Frankl's experiences in Nazi concentration camps, explores how the quest for meaning can sustain us, even when life seems unbearably harsh. It's a question that resonates with all of us at some point. Let's delve into Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning to find some answers. Viktor Frankl, a renowned psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, presents his experiences and insights in Man's Search for Meaning. Frankl, born in Vienna in the early 20th century, found himself in the throes of one of history's most horrific events, the Holocaust. Despite the harrowing experience, he emerged with a profound understanding of the human spirit, which he translated into his groundbreaking work. Man's Search for Meaning is a book that straddles two worlds. The first part is autobiographical, where Frankl recounts his time in Nazi concentration camps. This narrative is not just a historical account, but a deep dive into the psyche of a man faced with unimaginable adversity. It is through this lens that we see the resilience of the human spirit and its innate quest for purpose. The second part of the book is theoretical, introducing us to logotherapy, a form of psychotherapy that Frankl developed. Logotherapy is based on the belief that human nature is motivated by the search for life's purpose. It's here that Frankl challenges us to find meaning in life, not just in times of peace and prosperity, but also amidst suffering and despair. Man's Search for Meaning is not a book you read, it's a book you experience. And as you turn each page, you'll find yourself questioning, reflecting, and perhaps even redefining your own understanding of life's purpose. This book is not just a memoir, but also a guide to finding purpose in life. Frankl's experiences in the Nazi concentration camps form the backdrop of his exploration of life's meaning. The first part of his book, Man's Search for Meaning, is a compelling narrative of his time during the Holocaust. It is a tale of survival, resilience, and the indomitable human spirit. Frankl was a prisoner in Auschwitz and other concentration camps for 3 years. He experienced firsthand the brutal and inhumane conditions that were the daily reality of those incarcerated. The inmates were stripped of their identities, reduced to mere numbers, and subjected to unimaginable torment and hardship. They were forced into grueling labor, often on meager rations, and lived in constant fear of death. Frankl observed the dehumanization process in these camps, where people were treated as expendable objects rather than human beings. They were subjected to the whims of the guards, their lives hanging by a thread. The suffering was all-encompassing and relentless. He saw how this experience stripped individuals of their humanity, reducing them to a state of existence where survival became the sole focus. Yet, amidst this grim reality, Frankl saw glimpses of human spirit and resilience. He noticed that those who could find meaning in their suffering were more likely to survive. He saw men and women clinging to hope, dreaming of reunion with loved ones, or simply finding solace in a beautiful sunset or a piece of bread. These moments of meaning, however small, gave them the strength to endure another day. Frankl himself found purpose in his profession as a psychiatrist. He tried to help his fellow prisoners cope with their situation, offering words of comfort and encouragement. He held on to his belief that man could rise above his circumstances and find meaning even in the direst of situations. In the face of such unimaginable suffering, Frankl observed something profound: the power of finding meaning in life. This realization became the foundation of his later work and theory, logotherapy, which we will delve into in the next scene. Frankl developed logotherapy, a form of existential analysis focusing on a will to meaning, as opposed to Adler's Nietzschean doctrine of will to power or Freud's will to pleasure. Logotherapy, derived from the Greek word logos, meaning reason or principle, is a therapeutic approach that Viktor Frankl pioneered. It is founded on the belief that human nature is motivated by the search for a life purpose. Unlike Freud's psychoanalysis, which emphasizes our subconscious and past experiences, or Adler's individual psychology that focuses on our striving for superiority, logotherapy shifts the focus to the future, to the meanings to be fulfilled by the individual in their future. The foundation of logotherapy lies in 3 principles. The first principle posits that life has meaning under all circumstances, even the most miserable ones. Our main motivation for living is our will to find meaning in life. The second principle is that we have freedom to find this meaning. We always have a choice. Even in the direst of circumstances, we can choose our attitude towards our predicament. The third and final principle is that we must do we must act to find meaning. Frankl used this therapy to help his patients find meaning in their lives. He encouraged them to envision themselves in the future, fulfilling a goal or task, and to use that vision as motivation. He believed that by identifying a purpose in life, we can muster the strength to overcome difficult situations. He insisted that meaning can be found in life literally in 3 different ways: by creating a work or doing a deed, by experiencing something or encountering someone, and by the attitude we take toward unavoidable suffering. It's important to note that Frankl didn't dictate what this meaning should be. He believed it to be deeply personal and unique to each individual. What matters is not the meaning of life in general, but the specific meaning of a person's life at a given moment. To put it in Frankl's words, everyone has their own specific vocation or mission in life to carry out a concrete assignment which demands fulfillment. The will to meaning, according to Frankl, is the primary motivational force in humans. Frankl contends that meaning can be found in life in 3 different ways: through work, through love, and through courage in the face of difficulty. Work for Frankl is a significant source of meaning. He argues that when we engage in tasks that challenge us, when we contribute to the world through our efforts, we encounter a profound sense of purpose. He believes that our work isn't merely a means to an end, a way to pay the bills. Instead, it's a way for us to express ourselves, to create, to connect, and to make a difference. Love, according to Frankl, is another crucial avenue for finding meaning. He suggests that through our relationships, we discover our capacity for deep connection and empathy. Love opens us up to the experience of another, allowing us to partake in their joys, their sorrows, their triumphs, and their struggles. In this shared experience, we find a sense of purpose that transcends our individual lives. Perhaps most strikingly, Frankl posits that we can find meaning even in the face of difficulty, suffering, and death. This is a bold claim, but Frankl insists that it is in these moments of hardship that we are given the opportunity to demonstrate our resilience, our courage, and our capacity for hope. When we face adversity, we are challenged to rise above it, to find in it a purpose or a lesson. Frankl's perspective on death is similarly transformative. Rather than viewing it as the ultimate enemy, the end of all meaning, Frankl suggests that death can be a source of purpose. It reminds us of the value of each moment, the importance of living fully and authentically. It challenges us to make our lives matter, to leave a legacy, to touch the lives of others in meaningful ways. In his exploration of these 3 avenues, Frankl offers a powerful and inspiring vision of what it means to live a life of purpose. He invites us to embrace the challenges of our existence, to find joy in our work, to love deeply, and to face adversity with courage. The search for meaning, as Frankl puts it, is the ultimate human freedom. While Frankl's ideas have resonated with many, they have also been subject to criticism. Let's delve into some of those critiques. One of the most notable criticisms of Frankl's work is the potential for victim blaming. His emphasis on finding meaning, regardless of the circumstances, could be misinterpreted to suggest that those who suffer have somehow failed to find that meaning. Critics argue that this perspective overlooks the systemic and structural factors that can contribute to suffering and unfairly places the burden of coping on the individual. Another criticism is that Frankl's ideas are more philosophical than scientific. Some have pointed out that his theories are hard to test empirically, making it difficult to measure their effectiveness or validity. This raises questions about the applicability of logotherapy in a clinical setting. Additionally, critics argue that Frankl's work assumes a level of introspection and self-awareness that not everyone possesses. They suggest that the ability to find meaning in suffering is a privilege not afforded to all, particularly in extreme circumstances of despair and trauma. Yet despite these criticisms, the impact and influence of man's search for meaning on psychology and self-help literature cannot be understated. The book has sold over 10 million copies worldwide and has been translated into more than 24 languages. It has become a cornerstone in existential therapy and has inspired countless readers to seek meaning in their own lives. Frankl's work has also had a significant influence on the field of positive psychology. His ideas about the importance of meaning and purpose in life align with the field's emphasis on human strengths and virtues. Moreover, many therapists and counselors incorporate elements of logotherapy into their practice, finding it a useful tool to help clients navigate life's challenges. Frankl's emphasis on resilience and finding meaning in suffering continues to resonate with people across the globe. Despite the criticisms, man's search for meaning remains a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit. So what can we take away from Frankl's man's search for meaning? Viktor Frankl's journey, as outlined in this powerful book, is indeed a testament to the human spirit's resilience. We've delved into his harrowing experiences during the Holocaust, a period marked by unimaginable suffering and despair, yet one that also served as the crucible from which Frankl's profound insights emerged. In the face of this existential crisis, Frankl developed logotherapy, a revolutionary form of psychotherapy that posits the will to meaning as humanity's primary motivation. Instead of seeking pleasure or power, Frankl suggests that we are driven by a desire to find purpose in our lives, an idea that stands in stark contrast to many contemporary theories of motivation. As we've explored, this pursuit of meaning is not a passive endeavor. It is a process that requires active engagement with the world around us, a willingness to accept life's trials as opportunities for growth, and a readiness to take responsibility for our actions and attitudes. It's about recognizing that even in the direst circumstances, we have the power to choose our response, to find meaning, and thus to transform tragedy into a triumph of the human spirit. Critics may argue, and we've acknowledged, that Frankl's approach may seem overly optimistic or simplistic, but the impact of his work, both personally and academically, is undeniable. It continues to inspire millions around the world, challenging us to reflect on our own search for meaning. As we conclude, let's take a moment to ponder on our own life's purpose. Are we actively seeking it, or are we merely drifting along, succumbing to life's ups and downs without a clear direction? Are we using our freedom to shape our destiny, or are we letting circumstances dictate our path? These are questions worth contemplating, for as Frankl's own life demonstrates, the search for meaning is not just a philosophical exercise. It's a vital endeavor that can profoundly impact our well-being and our happiness. Life, as Frankl teaches us, becomes truly fulfilling when we discover our unique purpose and pursue it with courage and determination. The search for meaning is a journey we all undertake. This journey is as diverse as it is personal, and we'd love to hear about your own experiences. Perhaps you've had a moment of revelation, a turning point, or a quiet realization that has shaped your understanding of life's purpose. We encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community where we can learn from each other, empathize with each other's struggles, and celebrate each other's victories. If you found value in this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. Sharing it with your friends and loved ones will not only help us reach more people, but it might also inspire meaningful conversations in your own circles. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to our channel. We regularly explore thought-provoking topics that might just help you on your own search for meaning. Remember, life holds potential meaning under any conditions, even the most miserable ones. Keep searching, keep striving, and keep living.